This is the contact section of the CRM. So this is typically what you would think of with a CRM. So ours offers so much more, but it does have our contact management in here as well. So let me kind of walk through this. Very easy. You can click add new contact. You can import CSV. So if you're coming from another CRM, you can just straight up import all of your contacts. If you're ever leaving the CRM, you can just straight up export all of your contacts as well. So it's one click import, one click export. Very easy. Your contacts are your contacts and nobody else's. So you have full control over that part of it. As far as it goes from this page here, you can search. You can search by name, email, phone, address. So if you're just trying to do a quick search for a contact, you can pop them in here and find them. So if I just want to search John, I can filter out anybody named John. And here's my two John Smith blank contacts I have here. I can search them by tag. So if I want to search all of my buyers, I can search anyone that has a buyer tag so I know who my main buyers are. And maybe I want to send all of my buyers some special email. So I can do email selected, I can apply, and now I've got all my buyers here, and I can write out an email and send to all of my buyers in one click. Um, Also, you can delete, right? If I have clients I want to delete, I can select clients, come up here, delete this client, apply. It's going to ask yes. I'm not going to delete it just because I don't want to right now, but you can do all of that. So those are options. You can add tags to your clients. So maybe I just talked with John today and he said, hey, you know what? I'm going to be searching in a $500,000 price range. So I can import or I can tag him with 500K so I know he's searching in that price range. And again, if I'm searching for, if I'm filtering buyers and I want people that are in $500,000 price range, now I can find everybody that's searching in that price range right here. So very user-friendly up front. The best part, though, is when you get into the actual contact. So I'm going to click on John Smith, go into his actual contact, and show you all the features in here. So top left here, you're going to see is basically just John's info. I can come in here and edit this. I can give him a profile picture. I can put in his information, his address, secondary address if needed. Maybe I have birthday campaigns that go out. So for everyone's birthday, I have an email campaign. I can put his birthday in. Maybe I have house anniversaries, right? So I want to, John closed last week in a house. I want to save that because every year I'm going to send him a new campaign of, hey, it's your house anniversary. Glad I could help you in that process. Let me know if you need anything else, right? Whatever type of email campaign you want to send, you could send that. You can create buyer tags in here, right? So there is tags. So again, he's a 500K, he's a buyer, so I can put any tags I want for him, what agent he's assigned to. So if there's other agents on your team, you can assign them. Permission to contact, did I get his verbal permission or online consent to call him and text him? So I've got that noted and saved. But the most important part that you're probably going to end up using is going to be this top section here. So you can create notes, log calls, create tasks, send emails, collab with other agents. AI Memo, this is probably the most useful feature. And this is the one that when you are out and about or you're using this on your phone, this will probably be one of the most important features you use. So I can AI Memo and I can dictate anything in here. I can say, hey, John's wife, her name is Mary. Boom, I can draft that, save that as a note. So now I know, because I'm really bad at names, right? So now I know next week when I go to showings, I know that John's wife, her name is Mary. So I'm going to save this as a note, and it's saved in there for me. Right here, John's wife is named Mary. To ensure her contact information is collected, she's involved in the purchasing process, right? So it gave me a whole note and contact follow-up to do. So I can do that as a note. I can log calls. Video email, this is very cool. So maybe John's a brand new buyer, and every brand new buyer, I have a buyer consult recap video that I send them. So a video just like this that comes to their email. I can click this email and I can send this off to John right away. And that'll have whatever template that it was. Or maybe John's, I've sent him a seller evaluation report and I want to follow up after that. And I have a video I send to all my follow-ups off of that. So I can create these templates. This email will be whatever you've created in your template. It's short because I didn't create a very long template here, but it'll have those in there. Or I can just record new. Maybe I want to send John a brand new video and say some custom message to him. So I can have me on camera. You don't see me because I'm using my other screen as the camera right now. I can record a screen, or I can do the screen and face like you're seeing me do right now. I can blur the background. I can put a solid color behind me, or I can upload an image that would be the backdrop behind me as well. Or you can have no background. So that's pretty cool. You can just email John a video right from there. I can also email him right from here. And the cool part about this is if I'm not very good with emails, I can just have AI do it for me. So maybe I want to say something like, hey, John, it's great to meet you today. Looking forward to showing you more houses next week, Thursday. Let me know the best time to set those showings up. So I can tell AI the general message of what I want, and then I can have it say if I want to be friendly, casual, firm, urgent. Right now, I'm just in a friendly basis with John. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Draft AI. And now it's going to put this down here. And it's going to say, here it is. It was great to meet you today, John. I'm looking forward to showing you more properties. Please let me know what works best. Also, since Mary's involved in the search, please let me know if you'd like me to include her, right? So very cool how it searches the entire file and information we have on John, and it'll put some of those details in the email. So it really helps to enhance your personalization to every client that you have. And then all I have to do from here is just hit send email, and boom, it's off, and that email is sent to John. And now I can see email sent, right? Note added an activity. So it shows me a timeline of things I've got here. In the email histories, if I want to see any emails that have been sent, right now only one was sent, so it's going to show me that email. But if John emails me back, it will go to my email, but it's also going to go to the CRM here. So it'll save and pull in his emails here. So I can see all of my messages to John, John's messages back to me within the CRM. This is probably one of the coolest features I think we have right here, this MLS Alert AI. So what this does is we know that when we get new buyer clients, we set them up on MLS searches, right? So the buyer tells us, hey, I'm looking for, and let's just do it right now. I'm looking for let's just say 3-bed, 2-bath, and no HOA. So these are requirements that John requires. This is his main listing needs or wants. So I can put in these notes here, save his criteria. And what's going to happen is when I set up a search, right? So maybe we set up like a search for a specific city, 3-bed, 2-bath, right? But there wasn't a HOA rule and regulation thing in there. Or maybe he wants swimming pools and we're not sure if we can filter swimming pools or not. So what's going to happen is we can put all of this notes that our client wants in here, and we can put a minimum score. So maybe a new client, we say, hey, we only want 50% of his needs and wants to be relevant in order to send properties to him, right? Or maybe he's really kind of narrowed down a search. He knows pretty precisely what he wants. And we're like, hey, we really want 75% of the property criteria to meet John's needs in order to send it. So we can customize how confident we want to be in this criteria. And now what's going to happen is when I set up an email search, instead of emailing from the MLS to John's email address, I'm going to copy this specific address belonging to John. I'm going to use that email as the search email address. So now when I set up a search in the MLS and it sends emails, it's not going to go to John's inbox. It's going to come to the CRM. And now the CRM is going to filter those emails and find the best fits for John. So what we're going to see now, what we should see, here we go, is those emails came through. All right, so there was 11 candidates parsed, not enough confidence to recommend any of them to John. So something was off here. Probably the no HOA should have been saved. Let's try that again. Back. And I'm going to resend that email off. Okay. Oh, I didn't even need to resend it. It's already here. Okay. So now it matched these properties that are good. So it found 3 properties out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 9 properties. So about 3 out of the 9 properties matched and had over a 50% score of what John is looking for. So here's what I can do. I can approve first. So I can preview the draft and see what this is going to send. It's going to send, hey, John, I found a few properties that look like they're a great match for what you and Mary are looking for. They meet your 3-bed, 2-bath criteria, fall within your price range. Let me know if any of these catch your eye. Now it's going to have the properties listed here. It will also have the photos from that MLS along with a link to each of these properties. So instead of the MLS just sending a general email, right, that's going to look like this. Here's your properties, have no detail with it. Now we're sending John a personalized custom email with properties that look like we specifically curated them for his needs. Okay, so then all I have to do is hit send draft, and it's going to send that email off to John. So very cool. Now, once I get comfortable with this and I know it's sending the right properties, I don't need to review and send these drafts anymore. I can just auto send, So I can just hit auto send, save, and now anytime these properties come through, it's automatically just going to send those properties off to John with a pre-drafted email. So depends on how comfortable you are with AI usage, right? So if you want to always edit that first email, you can do that. If you feel good about what it said and you feel like you're not going to have to edit these emails, then you can just auto send them off. So very cool, makes it very hands-on, makes the client really feel like you're going one-on-one, going out of your way to curate and send these perfect properties for the client. So awesome. I love that feature. Very easy to use. Other things, ask for a follow-up plan. So this is kind of a cool thing. You can ask AI, what's the next best thing I should do for John, right? Out of everything that you've seen in his entire client file, what needs to be done? Is there anything I'm missing doing? So now it's going to pull up these notes. It says, based on John's contact, collect spouse contact information, right? We want information for Mary. Schedule the buyer's consultation. Since John's targeting 500, immediate priority is move him to leads, from leads to active client, right? So it wants me to move him along in the buyer pipeline. Enroll him in a campaign. Create a property shortlist properties for him. So it gives me an action plan I should take to make sure I'm continually moving John forward, right? One of the things it wanted me to do is move him in the pipeline, so it wants me to move him in the buyer's pipeline to a buyer new lead, right? He's in here in my pipeline now. So this is the overall kind of dashboard for your contact management. Again, very cool things you can do. Really cool after showings, right? Showing recaps, I can put it in here. And this I'd be doing from my mobile phone, right? Showing recap. Showed John 123 Main Street, loved it, wants to know if the seller's flexible on price. Boom. Now it's going to save that right in my CRM. So when I'm out showing properties, you know how you show 4 or 5 properties all at once to your clients, you get back, you're trying to think, what did they want? What do they like? I can't remember. Well, now it's all in here. Showing a recap. Toured 123 Main Street, loved it. Questions about price flexibility. Next step, confirm if the buyer's negotiable on price. So now I've got all of my showing notes already in here that will actually show up on my dashboard too. So when I log in, everything's going to be in here with my action items. So that is one of the coolest things. The AI features are super helpful, super handy, and hopefully that explains how to use the contact portion of the CRM.